Okay, it's YouTube, it's coming. I'll share that link to the Samspra Facebook page also. And the link, YouTube link is there on the WhatsApp I have shared now.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, thank you, sir. We can start the preview video, I think.
So it's wellness talk show, right?
Yes.
It is the same link is there on Facebook, Samspra Facebook page now.
Okay, fantastic. So it is broadcasted both on YouTube and Facebook.
And okay, now I will share the promo video.
How much time?
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Samspra is culture and tradition. Samspra Academy is where academics meet culture and tradition to develop a well-balanced global leader. Samspra online classes keeps the students engaged. Teachers are working with students live in small group settings or giving private instructions. Teachers are continuously stimulating curious and wondering minds. Samspra Online is tailored to exceed the expectations. Samspra is a life experience. It's fun, work, and everything in between. Students feel a sense of belonging. Students' interests are covered, so they want to be part of and continue learning at Samspra. Samspra online classes allow students to grow to their fullest potential. Samspra students continue to learn skills in pre-K, kinder, online summer camps, hands-on STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, creative writing, public speaking, languages, crafts, arts, painting, sloka, culture, dance, music, drama, yoga, meditation, culinary arts are some of the examples. Students are also immersed in character building and moral values, along with hand-selected courses that shape a child to become a noble leader. Samspra teachers have a good working rapport with students and parents. You'll see students from 3 years old all the way to adults happily learning in the same campus. Samspra has earned the trust of our community.
Hi friends, this is Dr. Nirupama Kumar. She is a neurologist and wellness consultant for Young Living, and she is a mom of 4 kids. Now she is going to tell us some information and tips about coping strategies for back to school.
Thank you. This is Mahalakshmi Vasudevan, and sorry, and she is a homemaker and the mom of a 10th grader at Lhasa, and actually her son went to Kaling, and so does mine, so we have that in common, as well as Samspra Academy. And she is the the instructor for the nutrition and cooking class at Samspra Academy as well. So we're really excited to be here together to give you guys a lot of tips for back to school.
Doctor, I'm doing this reality show for the first time. I never did in my life, so I'm very nervous.
Oh, please don't be nervous.
Can you give some technique so how to overcome this?
You know, it's okay to be nervous, and it's totally normal and natural. I get really nervous too. So I think the first thing that and one thing we can talk about that we can use right now together and that we could all do together is this really great grounding technique. And it's something that we can do kind of anytime you get the chance. And this will help us not just deal with, you know, when we're doing a live show, but it'll help us
all the time.
All the time. So the first thing I want to do before we start is just give you a drop of frankincense in your hand, okay? And this oil, it smells a little bit strong, but just try it out. Put it in your hand. And I'm going to take a drop too. And just rub your hands together. And breathe in that aroma.
Smells great.
Yeah. And what we're going to try to do here is to center our mind and try to reconnect our mind and our body. So one thing that happens when we're on screens all day and our kids are on screens all day is we get very disconnected from reality.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
one way to get back into that is to just reconnect with our senses. So let's do that together. Let's just start by putting both of our feet flat on the ground. And we're both not wearing shoes or socks, but you can take off your shoes or socks if you're doing that. If you want, this is also a great technique to do outdoors, although maybe not at night, but you could do it outdoors at home. So just place your feet down and just feel what is under them and take in that sensation and connect with your sense of touch. Now the second thing we should do is just close your eyes.
Yeah, I did.
Good. And when your eyes are closed, that is a wonderful time to connect with what you're hearing. What sounds are there around you? Are there birds outside? Can you hear frogs chirping? Is there running water if you're outdoors? Can you hear the wind? Or if you're in your home, can you hear the air flowing? Or, you know, even the pitter patter of your kids' feet can be soothing, and that's something else that we can hear and take notice of. And just without judging it, without wondering what it means, just take it in as it is. Let it come in, let it enter your body. Now we can lift our hands back to our nose and just breathe in, whether or not you have anything on your hands, but just breathe in and out and notice whatever smells are around you. Whatever things are in your atmosphere. It could be clean laundry. It could be fresh grass. It could be the smell of flowers and rain. Whatever smells are around you. food you have preparing for dinner or snack time. Whatever aromas are in your home, just take them in. And let's do 10 really good deep breaths together. And I like to count to 5 on the inhales and exhales. And you can say a little shloka or something instead of counting to 5. That's of course your choice. So that's something that I really like to do when I'm feeling anxious or nervous.
Wow,
And
the experience is so great. And now I feel a little relaxed.
oh, good.
Thanks.
I'm glad, and I'm really excited about our show together.
Yeah.
I definitely got one sense, and that's taste, but hopefully you can help us out with that a little bit later.
Sure. Yeah, can you tell some easy and accessible meditation strategies?
Yeah, definitely. One way to make meditation sort of easier and more accessible is to, take the stress out of it, take the sort of ritual out of it. It doesn't have to be something where, you set down a mat and you light candles and you sit down and you clear away everything. It doesn't have to be that.
Mhm.
It can be something where you simply set an intention for yourself and you say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take time out for myself to do what I want and what I need. And what I want right now is to meditate. And that's just to clear my mind and focus on my breathing. So you can be sitting Indian style, you could be in the car as a passenger, you don't have to be, you could be lying in bed getting ready to go to sleep, you could be taking a bath. You don't have to be in a dedicated place, but as long as you're setting that intention in your own heart, you can still get a lot of benefit out of it, I think. And I would also like to invite any of the viewers watching that if you guys have questions, please ask. We're really happy to answer.
Yeah, the show is going live. Like you can
Yeah.
ask any doubts of you, and then she can answer.
Yeah.
And the strategies looks very good to me. So I would like to follow this hereafter. So the thing is, like my husband, he is a very good coffee drinker. So coffee in the sense like 2-3 times a day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think like drinking coffee will make you soothing or anything. So do you have any alternate for coffee drinkers? Anything that is healthy and make you more comfortable?
Yeah, that is a really great question, Maha. Thank you. I actually struggle with this a lot myself because usually by the end of the virtual school day, I don't know if you feel this way, I feel really wiped out. And I usually do have at least 1 cup of coffee a day in the morning. But lately it's like I either need to take a nap or get a second cup of coffee by like 2 or 3 if I want to continue with my day. And even though like by 3 o'clock the school day may be over, that doesn't mean that the day is over because I still need to prepare dinner, help the kids with their homework, because even though they're doing Zoom school homework, it doesn't mean that they don't have homework. They still have homework after school.
course, they have a lot of homework this time.
Yes.
Even than before.
Yes, and I'm sure as the mom of a 10th grader, the
Yes, of
homework's
course.
probably a lot worse.
Lot of work.
Oh my gosh, I'm not ready for that stage. It's enough dealing with with middle school. I can't picture high school yet. So one thing that I'm trying to do for myself instead of doing coffee is trying to see if there's some sort of more natural alternative. And one thing that we can do, and if you'd like, we can have some right now, is
sure.
we can just do like a cup of lemon water in the afternoons.
Oh,
And you can even add you can add peppermint as well, which is a really great picker upper. But it depends on your taste. I don't necessarily like to drink peppermint in water, so but I do like lemon. So, and this is just the oil. This is this is the edible oil. So if you're gonna use oil, make sure that it's something that's 100% edible. You have to check the bottle. If it says for external use only, you cannot ingest it. You cannot put it in your water. But you can always do just regular lemon slices and squeeze it into your water too.
yeah, that's a great
That's no
technique.
problem.
Like, we should need something like this to relax ourselves.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, and I do find that it actually does sort of help balance me out, because even though the lemon is it is energizing for me, but it also, because it's energizing the right parts of my mentality. So it helps me actually calm down my anxiety and my nervousness, and then it helps me focus on what's actually important and what's in front of me. So it really does actually help balance me out.
Even I'm not a coffee drinker, but I think this will be a very good alternative for those who drinks coffee, and they can relax a bit.
Yeah. Even if you're like a tea drinker and you want to cut out one glass of tea or something in the afternoon, this is a good alternative to that. And lemon has a lot of good properties.
Of course, yes. Oh, it's very good.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah.
It's very fresh. I'm sorry, I'm like thirsty.
Okay. I have a question. Like, how does mental clarity affects one's digestion? So, is there any connection between those?
That's a really good question, Maha. One thing that I have found is that having poor digestion can really fog up your brain. It can really fog up my brain for sure. And something that I like to do, and I'll show you guys this here in a little bit, is make this tea. It's not really tea. There's no tea in it. Just after I got saying don't drink tea, but it has a few herbs in it, and that's it. It's coriander, cumin, and fennel seeds. And we take the whole seeds and we steep them in water. And we just make a very light tea of it. And you can strain it, you don't have to. And actually the good thing is, Maha, if you do not strain it, it forces you to kind of sip it slowly, which will aid your digestion even further.
And now I understand.
Yeah. And something else that really helps our digestion, according to Ayurveda, is to not drink too much water at the time when you're eating. So you don't necessarily want to have this tea while you're eating.
Yeah.
Just have it other times, like 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. Don't drink too much water or this tea, because it basically your digestive enzymes get diluted. So your body has to work much harder to digest the food that you intake. And even though this sounds counterproductive, this sounds counterintuitive, it actually helps you maintain your health more. It doesn't. You would think like, oh well, maybe I rush the food out of my system if I drink water and I can lose weight that way. It actually will not help you do that. You can maintain a good body balance and health by not eating and drinking at the same time.
Yeah. So the water should be taken apart from your eating.
Yeah.
So not all the time.
Right.
Yeah. And this will be a most common questions. I guess that's because, nowadays children sit in front of the computer all the time. And as a parent, I feel a lot of frustrated. Like that's because as it has become a virtual learning. So
Yeah.
they need to be in the computer most of the time. So do you have any thing that can help the kids um, and parents
Yeah.
to handle the situation?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm going to take that. That's a great question. I'm going to take that in two parts. Now, the first part, I do want to actually bring it back to the parents, because I think that's a really good question. Because the thing is that when our kids, and I feel this, and tell me if you feel this too, but I often get really overwhelmed with Zoom. And I don't think that I'm like bad at technology. I think I'm okay at technology, but Zoom, it just like the links don't work, or like suddenly the class login has changed, or like my child doesn't remember their password.
Sometimes the password don't connect.
Right.
It says like wrong password,
Yes.
password. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It is very, very frustrating. And other than getting like an IT tech to like live in your house with you and work for you 24/7, and probably even if you do, they have their own work to do. But
Of course, yeah.
I think that as parents, we need to take care of our own mental health too.
Of course.
So, if you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. I do it. I go to therapy. I talk to my doctor. And if you feel you need help, going to your doctor is like a great place to start. And sometimes I feel like as parents, we take our kids to the doctor so much that we forget that like we might need to as well. So it's definitely like been a big journey for me, but like remembering that like, hey, I need to go too. I need to take care of my physical health and my mental health too. And just having someone to talk to, like who's like outside of this situation, can be so helpful for your mental well-being. Another like tip that you can do at home, and that I think is really important when you are dealing with all of these frustrations during the day, and even if it's not all of these, it could be just some here and there, as the weeks and everything kind of move on, we sort of get a little more used to it. But as a mom, I do feel that I'm putting a lot of work into into my kids' schooling and everything. And I'm not putting a lot of work into figuring out what I need to do and what I want to do. So this is something that I do, and I think it might be helpful for you too, is to just every day try to find one activity for yourself and for yourself alone. And it can even be cooking if you enjoy cooking, but it doesn't have to be that. And it not necessarily as like an obligation to your family, but just because you yourself like doing it. Or reading a book, calling a friend on the phone, going for a walk, going outside into nature again, like as we talked about. You can even use those same grounding techniques that we talked about in the beginning, just when you're out for a walk. So
I like the walk idea. Great. So I would like to follow that.
Oh, good, cool. Yeah, I think that you would really like that.
Yeah, I really like that
Cool.
idea.
The other thing that I want to talk about that I want to do and that you can do for your kids is to set up a little sort of, we'll call it like a grounding box or a sensory box for them to have like next to their iPad or under their desk. Because do your kids have this as well? My kids have, does your child have this as well? My children have like 5-minute breaks every so often. And one thing that they try to push, but doesn't necessarily always happen, is to get a screen break during that time.
Yeah, that's right.
And I always feel pressure, but I don't necessarily know how to do it, is to make that screen break purposeful and to really give them a chance to reconnect with the real world and their real senses outside of this little box in front of them. So this is something that maybe not age appropriate for your child,
Of course,
Maha,
yes.
but you can of course adapt it to whatever you need to do. So, you know, this is like a sensory toy. This is more for like my first grader, and actually all of my kids love this.
Of course,
It's
it
really
was
fun. Do you want
good.
to try it? It's like, it's really soothing
Wow.
somehow to just pull on everything. They gave me that. They gave me that at Terra
Of course,
Toys.
it will be a break from them, like from the screen time.
Yeah, yeah,
I think everybody can
yeah.
use
They
this
feel
for elementary school level kids.
right. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly, exactly. This is like, it's a little timer, and it's just, even I think your son could use
Of
this
course,
possibly.
yes. This timer is a fun one.
It's something nice to look at, and it's nice to hear. So that's connecting them with two of their senses.
They'll be spending at least 2 to 3 minutes. Of course.
Yeah. And then, you know, they can also keep track of their break that way too. And, you know, of course, you can always put in like a little stuffed animal. And something that I've been doing and that my kids really like is like adding one of their favorite scents. So something that's really nice and calming for kids is lavender. And you were telling me that your son likes lavender
Yes,
too.
he likes lavender.
So you can just put like a little drop of lavender. That's what I do. I just put like a little drop of lavender or something. And then, it, you know, when you snuggle it up, you get that sense.
Wow.
You get that comforting sense.
Smells really great.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are just some ways that kids can feel more connected to their brain and their body, and hopefully cope a little better with all day Zoom classes.
Of course. So do you have any health drink for us? Like you were mentioning about that
The tea?
tea.
Yeah.
So-
Should we make it?
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
great. Okay, now you guys are gonna see my kitchen. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there's a question from the audience. Doctor, there is a question from the audience. How many times can we have the herbal tea in a day?
I would just have it once a day. Really. You can make like a pretty decent sized cup of it, like about 1.5 actual cups worth, but I would just have it one time a day. Thank you for asking. So to make this tea, it's really simple. Okay. We're just going to add our spices into this. So we're just going to add like teaspoon of coriander and cumin, a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of fennel seeds. Okay. And then I'm going to set that on the stove to steep. And while I'm doing that, Miss Maha, I was wondering if you could kind of help me out with something.
Sure.
So my parents are from India. They're from like near Delhi, North India.
Mhm.
But I was born in Pittsburgh. I've lived here my whole life, and I often like there's like so much about Indian cooking that I just don't know how to do. And I was wondering if you could help me kind of figure out like why is traditional cooking so beneficial for us?
Oh, yeah. If you take our traditional cooking, like it has a good quality and good herbs in it. So it has a balanced thing. So whenever you take, you have carbs, proteins, fats. So everything is balanced, as well as it is very good and healthy meal. So traditional cooking is a one that you always want to have there whenever you go. So I always insist at traditional cooking much. And like we don't have to miss our tradition. So we have to pass it on to next generation, so
Yes.
that they also know.
Yes.
So this was a tradition our ancestors followed. So they should know like what they were eating and what spices they were using.
Right.
So how they were preparing.
Yeah.
So everything need to be followed.
Yeah.
Of course, traditional cooking is the best one.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely am going to need your help on probably learning all of this.
Sure. That's what I wanted to start a class, and hoping to have more kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
teaching more children.
teach children and people like me.
Yes, of
who
course.
need to
Adults are also
learn.
welcome.
Yeah. Because this stuff is really important. And it is interesting because even now you see more, you see a lot of people trying to adopt the practices, like turmeric or, has become very popular, but then they don't necessarily know the proper way to
Benefits,
use
yeah.
it. So it has to be used in a certain way. And that's something that I'm looking forward to learning from you.
So everything is like it has to be in the right quantity,
Yeah.
so that you can enjoy the flavor as well as the quality. Anything if you add more, then you will lose the taste as well as the benefits.
Yeah, that's
So,
really true.
right quantity and the right way of cooking.
Yeah.
So otherwise, if you cook more, also you will lose the benefits.
Yeah, that's really true. I've
Of
never had a
course.
turmeric latte that tasted good. From
That's
an
right.
American coffee shop, they just don't taste right to me. And I grew up here. So.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't put the right ingredients on right time, so it will be horrible.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Something that I also really struggle with, as especially as like a mom of four, is breakfast. Breakfast just gets out of hand in our house all the time. And, I give them cereal or even like just a granola bar or like a bag of muffins like all the time.
Oh my God.
As their breakfast. And I feel like I'm not doing right by them. What is something that I could do that would be like a more healthy alternative?
Generally, it is like idli dosa with sambar. For example, I'm giving you. So you have a lot of other items too, but still, if you take that as a breakfast, it is much better than the cereals you eat.
Yeah.
That's because you have carbs as well as good protein in it,
Yeah.
and a little bit of good fat in it.
Oh,
So everything
right.
together will be a balanced meal, of course.
Yeah. That sounds really healthy because cereals and all have so much sugar and corn syrup in them, which is not good for digestion.
Of course, if you have a lot of artificial ingredients in it, it has a lot of ingredients list. That means it is not good for you.
That is very true. That is very true. We really need to be mindful of the
ingredients
ingredients
you eat,
that go into
of
things,
course.
and whether or not those ingredients are telling us the full story. Because of course, things used to be labeled as like high fructose corn syrup, and then they started calling it corn sugar, but we still know that it's actually corn syrup, and
Corn
that's
syrup, yeah,
still
just-
very bad for you. And I know like in my family there's like big history of diabetes.
Oh my God.
So we have to be so careful with corn syrup. It's terrible for my family. So I try to really stay away from it. But then I end up giving my kids cereal. So these tips are really helpful.
Of course, if you prepare your own food fresh and nicely, then that will be the best thing.
Yeah.
Rather than having the store-bought one and then heating it and eating it.
Yeah,
up.
absolutely.
So you end up eating up, you don't know what you're eating. They will be labeling some calories, and of course, you will be eating much more than that.
Yeah. What about not just breakfast, but we talked about grounding techniques and engaging the five senses, but we did not talk about the sense of taste. So what is something that we could have to eat that we can give our kids like in the middle of the day as like a nice snack that would be kind of more healthy than
Sure, I
junk
have
food?
something to show for you. Is it like it's a cup of dates and a cup of nuts? It's a mix of any nuts you can use it. Like I am using like a almonds, walnuts and little cashews and some pecans. So that's a mix of everything. So you can put in any combination. Doesn't mean like you have to use this much of nuts, that much of nuts. If you don't like a flavor,
Yeah.
then you can skip it and then you can do whatever the things you like. The thing is like you have to just dry roast it. Can we demonstrate them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You just need to, you don't need to add any oil or anything. You just need to dry roast the nuts so that it becomes crispy and it's not having any moisture or anything.
Yeah.
So you just need to dry roast them a little bit till the aroma comes. It is not, do not roast it too much.
You definitely don't want it to burn, right?
Burn,
But you
no,
just
no,
want
not
it to
even burn. Like
release
it's
the
not
aroma.
even
Very
into-
lightly. This is a
very
big problem that
lightly.
I have because I
Yeah.
definitely tend to burn things a lot in my cooking.
Of course, like you use the flame medium.
Medium,
Yeah, keep it medium and then make it like just smell it and you will feel like it's got heat enough and then
Oh wow.
uh,
She's very brave, you guys.
and nice smell coming out of the nuts. The nuts becomes a little bit warmer.
That does sound really nice.
And after some time, like maybe 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough.
Okay.
So then you can
Take
switch
it
off
off?
this, switch off the stove, and then the dates and this nuts.
Yeah.
So first you
Here.
have to.
Can I put this back in the bowl
yeah.
for you?
Yeah, sure, thank you. Yeah. So the thing is like either you can have a blender or thing. First, you put that in a blender. And then make a nice thing like this. So do it separately. Dates separated and then the nuts also separately.
What do the nuts look like when they come? Oh, that looks really good.
It's like it is not fully powdered or I think it can be like a semi-solid thing.
So what do we do next?
So after that, you put that thing in this,
Okay.
and then
About equal amounts of dates and nuts.
yeah, it's a equal amounts of dates and nuts. Just put everything,
Okay.
and then
we're just
mix
mixing
it. I always use my hands to mix it.
Oh, cool.
So,
Oh wow, it smells really great.
and then make it as a ball.
Oh, and there's no
There is nothing.
there's no ghee in this or anything.
No,
Oh wow.
nothing.
Oh my gosh.
It will just.
Can I try one?
Of course.
I'm gonna try this. This looks so good. This looks like the best energy bite you've ever had.
So if you take it, it will be
Oh my God.
sweet, naturally
it.
sweetened, as well as like you will get all the benefits of the nuts. So kids will really love it.
Yeah, they really will.
So
And you can eat this on whole.
and this one won't take more than 10 minutes for you to prepare.
That's true. And you could probably prepare this ahead of time, right? And like make a whole bunch.
You can whole bunch and then keep it as previous day or whenever that
Mhm.
time you get. But it is good to prepare fresh now and then. But you can keep at least for 2 to 3 days.
And what other snacks
ideas do you have for us, for kids?
Yeah, I do have another
so good,
thing, which is, a roasted Bengal gram, 1 cup, and then it's a jaggery, 3/4 cup.
Okay.
So roasted Bengal gram, 1 cup, and then
So like
3/4 cup
like a
of
light brown
jaggery, and then half cup of ghee. So you have
You guys
protein,
know what ghee is.
you have ghee in the sense.
Clarified butter.
Yeah,
I think everybody knows what ghee
everybody
is
knows
right now.
that. So a little bit of cashews. Same thing, you have to dry roast this Bengal gram for some 4 to 5 minutes, just to make sure that it is being crispy. So it don't have to be turned red or brown or anything. It needs to be crisp, and then you have to put this and the jaggery together in a blender or mixer grinder,
Okay.
and then make powder like this.
Okay.
So, and then you have to heat a pan.
Can we use the same pan?
Yes.
My stove barely works. This is the other reason why I don't cook much.
And then you have to heat the ghee. Make sure it is not too hot.
We have a question, Maha. What about roasted chana? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, roasted chana, roasted Bengal gram is both same.
It's the same. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally right, Kaylee. Thank you for the
Bengal gram.
question.
You just
And
have to
Kaylee
heat
also
the ghee.
asked about waking up early to make all those idlis. Is that something you could make ahead of time, or what do you think?
Yeah, this one can be kept for at least more than 5 days. So this is a very healthy snack for kids. It is like it has a lot of protein in it.
Oh wow, that melted really fast.
Yes.
Should I turn it down a bit?
That's okay.
No,
now
I
you
gotta-
just have to roast the
Okay, she
cashews.
put the cashews into the ghee, and it's roasting really nicely. So
yeah.
yeah, I
You
think
can put
roasted
other nuts
chickpeas
also.
would be like really good in it. You could put other nuts too.
Nuts too if you would like to. So you have to roast it a little
Oh my gosh, you guys, I wish you could
golden
smell
brown.
that. Oh, ghee just like melting in a pan. Yeah, there's like no other aroma that you need. Just forget about everything else I said. Just roast ghee in a pan.
Yeah, make sure like it turns a little golden brown.
Okay.
Not cook it too much.
Right. I actually, I do like, I like a little bit overcooked ghee than most people, I think. So my mom always gives me like the ghee that she makes that my dad rejects. I get the rejects and I like it.
Once the cashew nuts becomes a little golden brown.
Okay, yeah, I see that. So while we're waiting for that to brown, I do have another
You can switch off the gas stove.
okay, yeah. I actually have another question for you, Maha, which is, when I'm trying to learn this stuff, I do what everybody does nowadays. I like go to YouTube or something,
Of course, yeah.
and I try to find like these recipes. But I have to tell you, and I don't know if it's me, like I just like half the time they don't make sense to me, and I get overwhelmed, and I don't know where to start.
Of course,
So
like
what do you
they will tell
recommend?
you to put the ingredients, and then you'll say, okay, what to mix and how to mix. So is that coming? The consistency is coming good,
Yeah.
and am I roasting it for the right amount of time? So if you come and learn in person, like you will see, I have to pour the hot ghee into
wow.
the powder, and then
Oh my gosh, it's like bubbling up and it looks so good, guys.
and
If
then once it is
anybody-
hot
if
itself,
anybody
you have to
wants
mix
some of this. Just text me and I'll send it to you. Just send me a message. Anybody who wants some.
You just mix the
I'm
hot
sending care
ghee
packages.
into the mixer. And then you can make this as a ball.
Is this like laddu?
Yeah, it's a laddu.
This is like a fresh laddu.
It's a, we call it, it's not a besan laddu. It is,
Yes. We have a comment that says, she remembers her grandmother telling her to take a teaspoon of ghee while pregnant.
so once you mix with a little bit of
I think that's a
spoon or
really good
anything,
idea.
you can mix with your hand and
Okay.
then make it nice.
Here, can I take over mixing for a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
I've never done
Try
this.
it.
I remember going to India when I was like 2 or 3, and my nanny is kind of like, she was pretty old, and I demanded that she make me laddus. So she like sat there.
Somebody commented like
and made
super
laddus
great
by hand.
cooking.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, you
I don't
just
know if I'm
need
doing
to,
this right.
yes, you just need to take some amount and then make it
Take
as a
some
ball.
amount and make it as a ball.
Just press it harder.
Okay.
See,
See, this would be like something really fun to do with the kids too.
of course,
You
the
know?
kids will like to make it.
And this would give them like,
my son loved this actually.
yeah,
Yes.
this would be like a great like hands-on activity
Of
after
course.
being on the screen all day. That would be awesome.
Yeah, this will be like a great snacks for kids. And
Okay, mine's not a
it's
ball.
a cherry.
But
That's why the practice will make you. Yeah, practice will make you
I'm
more
gonna-
and
I'm
more.
gonna take a bite.
Of course.
Oh my god, this is like my favorite thing. I haven't had this in years. This is so good.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my kitchen and making me laddu, Ma.
And yeah, you can keep this. If somebody don't want cashew nuts, they are health conscious, and they want what is that? Almonds. You can use almonds. So maybe somebody
Are
may
almonds
think
more like healthy than cashews or something.
somebody will say that.
I know.
I'm not sure about it, but still, some actually
always
somebody
have to
don't
make-
prefer tasting
Yeah,
cashew nuts.
yeah. People always have to make weird comments, don't they?
But sometimes we believe that somebody don't taste like the taste of cashews.
I'm sorry, I'm just like eating. Yeah, people.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, of course, everybody has their own taste, so you can suit it to what you like. And
According
if
to
you're,
your needs, like
if
you
you're
can
allergic
change
to
the
nuts or
yes, of
something, you
course.
don't have to put any nuts.
Of
What
course.
about like dried fruit or something? Do people do that?
Maybe dry fruit will also be a good option, but yeah, you can try kismis or anything
Oh, like raisins.
raisins. It's always our terminology comes in first.
Is that I thought Kishmish was, is that Hindi or?
I don't know.
Because I don't know. Do you speak Tamil?
Yeah, I speak Tamil.
I don't know. I know like 3 words in Tamil. My best friend growing up was Tamil. Her last name was Vasudevan too, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but she was like born in America like me. But we kind of like tried to learn Hindi and Tamil together. It didn't last very long, but we tried. We didn't have like these great schools. Like back in the 90s, we didn't have like the stuff that these kids have now, like Samspra and all this that my kids have. My kids are very lucky.
Of course, yes. Samspra, you can have a lot of activities.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not only cooking. You have
Oh,
more
yeah.
activities.
Yeah, they learn dance and Hindi and
All sorts of languages, whatever languages
you want them to connect with. So it's really awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a great way, like you're saying, like with cooking and everything else, to keep that connection with
Of course, you
their
have a lot of
heritage
things
and
to
their
do.
community.
Your kids can learn so many activities, like whatever they like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they prefer.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have made this many balls.
Look how many she made in like a matter of minutes. And I'm gonna make her leave them here for me too. Just kidding. We can
Of
share.
course, yes. No, yesterday only I made this for my son. So
I
yeah,
have
you're
4
welcome to
kids
have
to
all of
feed.
this.
I mean,
Of
come
course.
on.
Of course, you can take all of this.
Just kidding. So I think we are almost to the end of our time here. And if anybody needs the recipes and all, I'm going to put those on my Instagram. I'm going to write them up, get it from her. Don't trust me for recipes. I'm going to get it from Maha, put them on my Instagram. You can like DM me or something and I'll send it to you. And, we can see if we can put it on Samspra. I don't know. But yeah, if anybody needs the recipes, just let us know. And then of course, Maha is going to be doing her cooking class through Samspra this semester. And that's something you should
Any
definitely
age
check
welcome.
out.
Like
Any age welcome.
yeah.
What age kids do you think?
I
Like,
think
what would you
minimum
recommend?
at least 7 to 8 years
7 to 8
to
years.
handle, you know, like a fire,
The
and all
stove
that
and all. Yeah,
everything.
for safety. Yeah, for sure.
For safety
For sure.
reasons.
For sure. But yeah, that's awesome. So and if you need to contact me, you guys can Miss Hema's going to put up a slide here in a second, but if you need to contact me, you can go to my website, which is, you can find it, the link on Samspra's Facebook, or you can find me on Instagram. My screen name is Rainbow Scraps, if you don't already have it. So just send me any questions that you guys have, or if you're interested in seeing what my my like wellness thing with Young Living is all about, or getting your own kit. So yeah, just give me a call, let me know any questions you have. And thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
For
guys
watching. Yes, and
watching
commenting.
everything.
Really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I might have to have her over again soon. So thanks guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.